Well, it's about time I address this situation. I've addressed it before, but clearly some of you had earwax stuff in your ears so far that you couldn't figure out what I was saying. And this specifically, I'm gonna help y'all out here, alright? Y'all know the Apple and Android fight. Everyone knows about it. If you don't, you're living under a rock or something. It's obvious. It's been around for years. And we've got a little problem, okay? I'm going to help out the Apple fanboys and fangirls today, because y'all making fools of yourselves, all right? You're making fools of yourself. Android fanboys and fangirls are bad enough. They say some weird stuff. But you Apple lovers, I'm gonna call you lovers, Apple lovers, you're taking things way too far. You're saying stuff that's so weird and unrealistic. It's nuts, all right? You guys are making yourself look like idiots. So I'm going to help you today. I'm going to help you. I'm not talking, once again, I've said this before, disclaimer. If you just like the device, that's one thing. But you're die-hard. What's die-hard? Die-hard is if someone peeled the Apple emblem off the back of their device, they might have a cardiac arrest. That is the definition of a fangirl, fanboy. Well, we all know someone like that, all right? We all know. Every one of you 2,000 people who subscribe, if you ever watch this, maybe a lot will, maybe a lot won't. Depends how lazy I am. But that's besides the point. So, what you might be asking, well, what exactly did they say? You're very interested, aren't you? It's something very foolish. Okay. If I wanted to persuade someone to buy a vehicle, okay, I would explain to them how fast it accelerates 0 to 60, the interior, the leather seats, the comfortable ride, the quiet noise, the fuel economy. You just throw a bunch of that stuff out there. What do Apple users do? All right. Gear up, boys. I know everyone's on the edge of their seats. This is the Apple argument right now, okay? Selfie camera, okay? I'll get to that in a second. Our selfies are incredible. They're actually not, okay? But that's besides the point. They're all right. They're decent. They're mediocre. They're like the rest of selfie cameras, mediocre. But last and certainly not least, what do you guys say? You're worried about a green or blue chat bubble. Really? That's your driving argument for why someone should switch to Apple? Because of a selfie camera and because of a chat bubble? Y'all out of your minds, you bunch of clowns. I'm serious, that's clown. You guys getting mad at Android users, at least Android users have something better than talk about than that. I'll tell you something, if I'm an Android user, alright? I mean an Android lover, I should be saying rather. An Android lover said something that ridiculous, alright? Probably get slapped in the face. But you know, we're used to Apple lovers saying stuff like that. Us general people who don't care what device we have, we just want something that works and works good. Pardon me. The thing is, every one of these people that talk about the selfie camera on their iPhone, all right, it's just incredible. You always ask them, well, have you ever used an Android camera? Yeah, I used to have an Android. And when you ask them what type it was some flip-flop phone that LG made when LG was a pea, was a little tiny vegetable in the kingdom. All right, that's literally like me taking nature's own bread. All right, eating it. Oh, this bread is so much better than Wonder Bread. And so I'd be like, when did you have Wonder Bread? I had that piece over there. Oh, you mean the piece that was left out in the sun for 3 days? That's what you're comparing that to? Let me tell you something. And I even know certain Apple users, not fanboys and fangirls, but Apple users are going to understand me on this one. If your camera is so good that it can just destroy any camera on planet Earth as a selfie camera, why are you always comparing it to cheap Android devices? That's not a good look. That is not a good look at all. I'm going to help you out, all right? Let me explain to you. Let me help you. Take this for a lesson, all right? All you Apple lovers that can't explain one thing about your device, you just buy it because it has an Apple symbol, and you think people care, and people don't care. People don't care at all. Let me tell you that right now. No one thinks you're rich because you got an Apple device. Ain't nobody think you're rich. They might think you're dumb, depending on how you act with it, but no one thinks you're rich, all right? Nobody. Nobody in their right mind thinks you're rich, all right? It don't make you rich. Anyways, what makes somebody rich is if you had a little Motorola and you saved $1,000. That's what makes you rich. Now, I'm one of the idiots who go out and buy expensive phones. I get on contract, but still, I'm a moron when I do it. I'm willing to admit that. It's moronic, but I do it. It's my hobby, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, all right? Nothing wrong with that. Now, let me help you Apple lovers. Let me help you understand your product a little better, okay? You have a killer camera. Pardon me. Your camera is incredible. It just is. It's amazing. There's no getting around that. Beautiful, competing with Samsung. You're doing your job. You guys were lazy for a while. You don't want to admit that. None of you gonna admit that. But you guys were lazy. Your guys' camera stunk for ages. Couldn't focus on nothing. An elephant could walk in front of it trying to figure out what's going on. But now, they've professionalized it. They made it better. So let me explain it to you. Ready for this action? And the way I'm recording this video, I don't know how it's going to show up on YouTube. I'm recording in portrait, not landscape. Well, whatever. Oh, well. Anyways, Crimea River. Anyways, this is the issue. Right here, right now. I'm explaining to you how you Apple lovers need to talk to get people persuaded to join. Number one, first of all. If I walk into your home, this goes for anything, and you want to convince me to get an Apple product, right? Which I already have them. I already have an Apple product. I have many. But you want to convince me. If every one of your devices has an app, and you're even that desperate enough that you have Apple stickers on your vehicles, no one's going to listen to you. You're clearly mentally ill when it comes to your product. You're in love. That's too much of a love. I'm sorry. That's too much of a love. That's crazy. Can you imagine if a dude was really into vehicles and he took a sticker of a vehicle and put it on the bathroom mirror? You'd be like, what is wrong with this knothead? Well, that's what you guys be doing. And you know you want to see an Apple sticker on the back of your vehicle? Nobody. Nobody except for Apple lovers. Oh my God. They have Apple too. Everyone cheer. Really? You know what? Everyone has to admit this. I don't like Android lovers, just like the rest of y'all don't like them, mainly. However, they are so much more easier to get along with. So much more easier. They're not loud, obnoxious. Well, you're not sitting over there like, so what do you like your device for? Because it has a glossy back, and the battery's beautiful. And so they go, what? The battery's beautiful, what? Well, that's what y'all sound like when you're saying the chat bubble is green and blue. That's what y'all sound like. Sound ridiculous. It's blue and green. That's why you should spend $1,000. Here's a chat bubble. No, let me help y'all. Let me help you right now. This is what you say. You ready? Our processor is the fastest on God's green earth. It can work harder, work faster than you guys' processor. Our camera might not have long-range zoom. Might stink at zooming, but that's all right. We're gonna beat you a lot of the time in short range. Regular photo mode, we're gonna beat you most of the time, so it'll look better. Most of the time, our batteries, they're gonna last a while. They're good. Now, I can go on the list, but I confuse a lot of people out there. Look. If someone's never done math before, you can't just pull out trigonometry. You've got to ease it on. That's what I'm doing right now. I give you a few things. Right now, they're still like, what's a processor? Oh, what's a processor? What kind of processor does my phone have? You love your Apple so much. You love it. You know what I don't get about it, you Apple lovers? This is what I don't get about y'all. This is what I'm trying to figure out. And none of you seem to want to answer me. This is what I'm understanding. If I love my vehicle to no end, all right? I'd know every speck about it. I'd know more about it than anybody else if I loved it. You guys love your devices, don't even know how to use them. What's that about? Don't even know how to use it. You know what I'm talking about. You know, what I find so funny, this I find so funny, and Android fanboys and Android fangirls, they will help Apple users use their products. They know more about Apple than the Apple lovers do. And then the Apple lovers trying to convince them to come over. Why? So we can be ignorant? So we don't know what's going on? Now, this is not going to all Apple users. I've said it already. Disclaimer, I already said it. But you know, if someone chooses to get offended, that's not my problem. I'm just putting this out there on the table. I think a bunch of nitwits. Because you guys are saying you guys are like in love with the device and yet know nothing about it. Know nothing. Well, it's an Apple. It's made in China. It's an Apple. It's made in China. What? Come on now. Come on, Apple. You know who's mostly embarrassed for you? You want to know who's mostly embarrassed about you? Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. That man tries not to blush whenever he hears you guys talking about your phones and your tablets and he tries so hard not to blush. I know, the poor guy, he's just like, just do this, get up there, say my thing. They're going to spend a bunch of money, they'll make me rich. Tim Cook's a genius. He's getting rich, but he just can't. I know he's like listening to these Apple, like, we love the blue bubbles, oh my God. It lets us know what the person has on the other side. He's like shaking his head, yes. What if I got into right now? He's like, can I get in contact with Steve Jobs? I need to talk to him. I need to figure out how we get this nonsense in. These users were not this dumb back in the day. They were not. And he's right. He'd be right to think so. Poor Tim Cook. I feel bad for him. Someone needs to send him a get well soon card. Because you idiots have ruined this dude's brain. That poor guy is probably sick in bed 3 days out of the week because of the stupid comments you guys come up with. Always going with dumb comments. I hear it. You know what I'm talking about. But he can't stand it. The blue bubble, the green bubble, oh God! They're using an Android! They're gonna say, oh my God! I just can't stand the phones. I can't stand Android phones. You know, I had a TCL once. It's always like, what do you? Look at me saying, you know, I had a garden once. I didn't like it very much. My garden had poison ivy in it. What are you talking? What? No kidding. No kidding, Sherlock. Of course you didn't like it. You're always comparing stuff. You don't hear Samsung comparing to. What if that compared to my phone? All right. Wait. Y'all remember when Apple had that garbage can looking product? I gotta bring that up. I ought to make that the thumbnail of this video. That'd be funny to make that the thumbnail of this video. Some of y'all would pass away. Some of y'all are gonna report me. I got reported to YouTube. I believe it was. I think over my last Apple Android video. Someone got mad. Nothing happened to me, of course. But goodness, someone took offense to it. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor little things. They can't handle it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm dead serious. Tim Cook's over there. He is worried sick for y'all. He doesn't understand what to do. He's like, they're taunting this thing. He's like, let me make a better processor for him. Because he knows he's been slacking the past couple of years. But he's like, okay, people are looking at these users. We at least want to make a good name for ourselves. Because the person can't make a good name for us, we'll make the product make a good name for us. So that's what he's done. Poor guy. Poor guy having to spend all this extra money. He has to pay Samsung. I mean, Samsung making the display. You poor things over there. You poor things. I mean, can you imagine if I was like, you know what? I'm driving a Kia right now. Imagine if I was like, oh my God. Hyundai, woo! What a pathetic group of people. I would never, oh my gosh. Be like, dude, you're driving a Hyundai vehicle with a Kia sticker on it. Vice versa. You're driving a Hyundai, you're driving a Kia vehicle with a Hyundai sticker on it. You're driving the one and the same. Alright? That's all you're doing. What's the difference? Whatever, I want to hear it. You know what I'm talking about, and that's the whole thing. Share this video with someone who loves that. If you know the person loves Apple, they need to hear this. They need to hear this. They need to come to the realization that they are very, very, they're in a sad situation. People feel bad for them, all right? I personally do. If I had more emotion, I'd be shedding a tear right now, but I don't. I just think it's kind of ridiculous, to be quite frankly honest with you. I think it's funny to sit back and listen to some of these people. Oh, the selfie camera is incredible, and you know, and you always notice something. You'll take like 500 pictures in a row, really good on an Android device, and one will come out bad, and the Apple user's like, oh, see, look how bad it is. It's like, well, where's your camera at? Where was yours? They're always so happy. Oh, I have an iPhone, I'll take a picture. Why? You know what the thing is? This is what I want somebody to do. I want somebody to have the guts besides me, because I have the guts. Somebody besides me, I want you to take one of the pictures that all these yahoos stand up with their iPhones. It's real easy to take a picture on a small device without the picture blown up. But when you see that picture blown up, and you can't tell if it's your mom or a seagull in the picture, you know there's something wrong with the camera. That's the issue. Y'all don't know what a megapixel is. You do not know what a megapixel is. You think you do and you don't. Very important in the camera world. Very important. Very, very important. There's not a selfie camera on a phone right now between Samsung and Apple that could blow up an image far. It just would not look good. Would not look good. It's the way the cookie crumbles. There's nothing else to it. That's all I've got to say today. Apple users, it's not too late. You can climb out of the hole. Alright? But I'm gonna tell you something. You guys dig too deep, I'm gonna go to the top of the hole and I'm gonna put the lid on it. And you ain't ever getting out. I'm gonna remind you to the day you're gonna be on your deathbed. I'll be like, hey, how about Apple? Ah, stop it! Stop it! I'll be like, yeah. How about that? I'm gonna look at some in the room. This is made in China. Kinda like your Apple. Oh man, it's go nuts. Throwing stuff at me, kicking me out of hospitals and stuff like that. I don't know. Someone's gonna be like, you're so evil. So wicked. And you can't tell I'm joking right now. Maybe you must be an Apple lover, probably an Apple lover. I'm not going to someone's hospital making fun of them. What? And I know somebody believed that. I already know someone swallowed that down whole. Oh, I know they're like, oh, I didn't believe. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's why you. I'm starting to notice that 50% of people pretend to act like they passed in high school and stuff like that. They go to Quizlet for the answers and stuff, and then pretend like they did something good. I got all these. I saw it when I was in store. Everybody knows that. People going online for the answers and pretend like they got a good grade. They get no good grade. They're a bunch of liars. You're a bunch of liars. So you didn't fool me one bit. I can tell when someone speaks for 5 minutes, you can tell if they have a brain on there. Have them, they just got a head there, and all its minutes for holding hair in a hat. That's all there is. There's nothing else up there. There's a bunch of things. Hey, like, subscribe, share this video, like I said, with somebody who is an Apple lover or an Android lover. Next video will be on Android. Ha! I'm going to get in trouble for that one, because I know plenty about the Android fanboys. I know all the Apple lovers going to want to stick around and find out what I say to recover. This will be like the virtual Band-Aid they can put on. He's not just picking on us guys, he's picking on them too. Yeah, we're on this together. And then they'll send a text message from the Android device. Ah, the bubble! We're on the same boat. Yeah, they'll freak out and stuff like that. You know how it goes. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope no one gets butt hurt. If you did get butt hurt, that's a part of life. Blessings. Take care.